Hey there, guys. It's Kage. Well, I guess DQT, maybe still coming at you. Who the hell knows with how that game's going? Today we're going to be going over SuperBosses. I should have done this sooner, but well, you guys know how I am. I'm lazy in some regards. I'll take my time to get around to things, or I grind the hell out of things, but then forget to kind of do the video. So I'm going to go over the SuperBosses themselves, how they work, what their mechanics are exactly, and why, if at the very least you should be doing one of these a day. So we'll start off with potentially the easiest one, and I say this one's the easiest one because I have Lynette. Lynette makes this fight a joke because her weaknesses are bow and fire. Now, as you notice here, we've already cleared this fight. There's a battle-tested spear you get. Each one of these bosses out of the four drops a battle-tested weapon. There'll be more that'll get added later on into the game. But for right now, we have spear, axe, tome, and bow. Those are the four that have been added into the game. Now, there is also a chance that when you're fighting this boss, that they can drop that weapon again. And I'm not sure if it's only on the contend or if you could technically, let's say, fire that NPC and rehire him again and try and get the drop off of grabbing them on the ally skill. Which, if you can, that may be something to look into. That could be a loophole, but I don't know. I've never gotten an extra weapon drop off of an impress. But we'll go ahead and we'll do this fight now. We'll just go over it here. And my team's nothing too fancy for this fight. I mean, I've got Lynette, I've got Lucetta here. Having Scarecrow would be a lot better, mind you. We've also got Viola. And on a lot of these fights, you definitely want to start off with some sort of debuff. You just want to have a debuff on hand. Guild is also really good because he has the ability to paralyze all four of these bosses. They are affected by it. And we can go in and start working on the shield. Turn 1, this boss is always going to buff themselves. So that's kind of why we do the debuff. Yep, improved offense. Awesome, we landed a paralyze already. Do another round. And maybe we'll get lucky and the paralyzed will land, we'll see. Nope. We got another stack of paralyze, although it doesn't matter because this turn will end up breaking. Just going for a good hit. As you can see, we just melt this boss with their weaknesses. Yep, numbed. There we go. Makes this fight interesting. Now for this particular boss, generally about 50 to 40%, she'll do an ability where she can do 3 actions in one turn, which makes her a pain to deal with. So having things like Paralyze helps with keeping her from doing those actions. Although we're going to now basically go in and lock her from doing any of that because we're going to just instantly shield break her this round and she won't have a chance. lightning. We'll let her get some MP back. Nice, another stack. And each one of those lightning has a chance to get the debuff applied. Now the other thing that's important about this fight that we're not going to see here because we are just DPSing the hell out of it, in the top left corner you'll notice there's a turn 8. At turn 15, at the very end of turn 15, each of these super bosses will do an ability called Rehabilitation. It'll remove things like Paralyze, it'll remove certain debuffs that can debilitate them, and also if they're able to hit with that ability on, it'll instant overkill one row of your units. Unless, of course, you can shield break and delay it, but it won't remove the Rehabilitate. At that point, that's a soft enrage timer. You have to get that boss down. So DPS is key, even if you can maintain in these fights. If you don't do enough damage, you don't take them down, they will just overkill you. So that's just something to keep in mind here. Hey! Lucky! Come here, Lucky! May be able to see the newest member of our little family. Oh, he's gonna run. That's okay, but we'll see him later. Oh, here he is. Come here. And then for your video, I'll surprise you guys. I just got a rescue this weekend, too. Well, kind of a rescue. Lady in the complex basically had an ad up about a black cat. The black cat, wasn't doing too well with other kitties. It scratched her up pretty badly, and she wanted to put him down. She's like, I can't give you this cat in good conscience. Well, as you can see here, our little fierce Puma, he's doing okay. He's a good boy. He's a good kitty. He's a little Lucky cat. That's his name, Lucky. So I used to have a cat called Coco, and he's kind of taken the place of little Co as an 8-month-old kitten. But I mean, how are you gonna put down a little kitten like this? What? Oh, you got me. He got me. His arms are wrapped around me. Ah! Oh no, he's a real killer. He's got me. Oh no. Okay. Ah! Here you go, Lucky. Go hang out. All right, I'll let you down. All right, take it easy. I know. He's tough. But you have to clip his nails. Yeah, I mean, come on. The cat let me clip his nails. He's not, if he had what his nails looked like before, well, I'd probably be bleeding on air right now, but nope, no damage. So, just gotta, you gotta know how to take care of these things. Sweet boy, though. Super sweet boy. It took us like 2 days to domesticate him. But he's got a good home now. He's going to the vet this weekend. And we'll make sure he gets all his shots and everything. But that's the other reason I haven't really done any videos lately, but he's doing good. And we'll finish this fight up this turn. Oh, and as you can see, she has the triple ability on, but she got numbed twice, so she wasn't able to do anything. And now we're just gonna go in for the kill here. I think we can finish her off here. Okay, we didn't obtain any items there. No biggie, but we did get this historic mark. We can get one of these every 20 hours. I believe these are used for enhancing the innocent weapons past 3. I could be wrong because I don't know too much about JP. It's kind of like the little whispers I've heard, but that's something to consider, is to, farm those every day. And it all depends on, of course, how your box is set up too. Like, I mean, if you have like Prim's really good for the one in Valor. The Valor fights weakness is staff and dark. She's got a pretty good dark attack. She's able to do some real damage to him. So now I'm going to go and show you where each of these other bosses are, so that way you have an idea of where to go. So the first one was in Ripple, inside a house. She's pretty easy to find. The next one, go over to the next NPC. And I won't fight these other ones because there's some RNG to them. I mean, I did do a stream a while back where we fought them and I managed to defeat 3 of the 4. There's some RNG involved. There's some debuffs you want to do, but... And of course his mark has reset as well. He's got a battle-tested tome here. His historic mark, you're able to get that again if you want. I haven't even beaten him a second time to get his ally for the 3 tome hit. We'll go to the next one. Ember Glow. And the kitten's acting crazy in the background. He's having fun. He's a good boy. So the next one is a little bit harder to find at first because there's an NPC that's kind of blocking his way. And I'll show you that as well. And then, of course, if you do lose the fight, you just lose 1 reputation. So you can go in, check out their defenses, and go from there. But to unlock this, you need to be able to inquire further with this little girl here, this little boy, and then he'll unlock this path, and you'll find him down here. And he, of course, gives the battle-tested bow. He's also got some hard-hitting attacks, a little bit of RNG, but again, you know, a lot of these fights can be doable. You may have to use allies to kind of help with shield break. Lynette does a lot of damage, so does Sophia if you have a couple awakenings on them, so you can still do some decent damage. But if you can shield break, that's the best way to go for these. And then I'll go and show you the last one here for the series of 4. As well as a surprise in case you manage to beat a decent amount of these. Because I'm not sure at what point, but an additional boss did unlock after I cleared some of these super bosses. I don't know if it was just one or if it was a couple others. But you'll see we go down these steps here and he's hidden off to the right. This is the one I haven't beaten yet. This one has Staff and Dark as a weakness. I just got one of my 5 stars with Darkness awakened and up from 4 to 5. So I'm going to keep building them up and I'll try and get this done later. But they've got the battle-tested axe, which will be great to put on Theo. Now, there is an added bonus here. If you somehow, you take out enough of these level 85 fights, maybe just a 1, I'm not 100% sure. You have 1 more fight. Now, this fight, you need 25 power to be able to even come to the table and fight against this guy. And he's got an interesting item, something called a sleep ward. It gives 200 HP and 25 chance of resisting sleep, or 25% chance. He's a level 100 fight. This guy hits hard. I got hit for like 5,700. I'm definitely nowhere near ready to fight this guy. And I don't even know if by beating him if something even worse unlocks, which it could. This game seems to be full of surprises, has a lot of EX fights. It does remind me of another Eden and some other JRPG old school feel. So with that in mind, you've got the 4 super bosses, and then you've got this big guy at the very end here, which is probably going to take some, let's be honest, some Awakening 3 5-star units to get the extra HP, have them super high in level to get the the comparable stats. Because as it stands right now, let's just look at my Theo. My Theo's 87. He's Awakening 1. If he got an extra 1,000 HP, he'd be at like 3,900. That dude hit for 5,700. So I don't know if I have to do like a combination of a debuff, or I think I actually had debuff on him, but I don't remember. But it was just that fight. I'm definitely gonna have to do some work on it. Definitely gonna have to build up the team and come back to it later. But it's definitely something to look forward to. But Anyway, those are the fights. On a bonus, because if you know you have Lynette, you have a decent box to break the shield on the Ripple Super Boss. She helps out with doing some Kates as well. I mean, she helps out in that regard because of her ally skill, and I'll do a future video about that as well. I was going to do that tonight, but I forgot I hadn't done this yet. So, you know, she has a nice 3-hit spear. There's some other good units out there. We'll go over that again. Probably maybe tomorrow, maybe later. Dude. Don't hold me to it. Sorry, Booski. But anyway, thank you again for watching. I will see you guys next time. I'll probably do a live stream here in a day or two, and we'll still do our usual podcast on the weekend. I'll collaborate with Chase when he wants to do that. We're still kind of on strike with DQT videos until they, treat people a little bit better. Not asking for too much, but maybe not to be spit on. I don't know. Anyway, take care, guys. See ya.